Shalom, family. I'm sorry I'm late. I kind of got caught up in some family issues, but I am here and we're going to talk about this story that is just completely outrage. We know that everybody makes enemies out of the Hebrews. It does it. Some of these people are just as dark in complexion as we are, and they have decided that we are their enemy, and they go along with whatever the white supremacist agenda is in America, and they're gladly going to jump on board with opposing us as a people. And every year we see things happening to our Hebrew children, and it's disheartening. It really, truly is. And unfortunately, it has not deterred many of our people from continuing to send their children there. In fact, they think it's absurd that their children don't go to their schools. They think that's where they belong. The brainwashing is real. It really, truly is. Let me. Okay. The brainwashing is definitely real, and it's sad um, that many still believe there's some value in education here in America when we know there is no value in the education here. There isn't. So this is not the first time. I remember a few years ago, it was some Mexican girl that put on a Klan. She put on a Klan robe and went out on the streets where Black people lived. And they were trying to tell her, do you realize they kill you too? And she was like, well, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, and some of them are ignorant like that. So, wow. Let's take a look at these two. Give me a second here. But we're going to take a look at these two. They're both classified as Hispanic. But obviously, somebody is teaching them something at home in regards to Black men and women in this country, because they seem to have the same disdain that you would see on white supremacists. All right. Just give me 1 second here and I'll get the screen up so that you can see this story. Some of you probably already heard this story. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. So, all right. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. All right. Thank you. All right. I know this is kind of, it's not really a clear, but I think this was taken from a video um, screenshot. It's just a still shot of a video. So these are two high school football players that decided to dress as Klansmen on Halloween. They have been since indicted for terrorizing a Black schoolmate with a taser. So they did this when they were dressed up as Klansmen. And here's the thing. When you see kids walking in dressed like that, they shouldn't even be allowed in the school. But as you can see in America, you can dress up as a Klansman and walk all through the schools and be all in the hallways interacting with the other students. They're okay with this when they should have been escorted out. So it just goes to show you the adults there, nobody did their job. All right, so two students who allegedly dressed as Ku Klux Klan members for Halloween have been indicted on charges of an assault on a black teen. And this happened in Woodsboro, Texas. That's where this occurred. So if they are found guilty, they're both 17-year-olds and they could face up to 10 years in prison. And they should get those 10 years as far as I'm concerned. According to KRIS 6 News, these two, one is named Noel Garcia Jr., who is Hispanic, and Rance Bolsick, who is white. And they were indicted on December 16th with 2 third-degree felony charges, engaging in organized criminal activity, tampering with evidence, after authorities said they attacked a 16-year-old black boy with a stun gun on October 31st and later burned the costumes they were wearing during the assault. I guess they were going to cover up the evidence. Again, where the hell were the adults in this school when you saw them walking around like that? And it just goes to show you there is a problem when these kids were even able to burn the outfits they had, these Klan outfits, on school premises. So what kind of supervision is going on in this school? Obviously none, you know. And we talk over and over, myself and other YouTubers have been talking about getting black children out of these schools. This is another prime example. And our kids are always a target in these schools. So these boys, so one white, one Hispanic, were both football players at Woodsboro High School in Southeast Texas town. And they dressed as Klan members when they terrorized the victim with an electroshock weapon. Authorities say both Garcia and Bolek are, two indictments will include hate crime enhancement. Another person, a teen girl, was mentioned in the indictment as an accomplice. She is said to have recorded the incident from a cell phone camera and assisted the teens in burning the clothing. However, she has not been charged. Well, she should have been charged. So what was this little white girl? Why wasn't she charged? I mean, if you're saying she was an accomplice, then she should have been charged. I don't care who she is. The Texas Monthly reports that all of the 4 students involved in this case, the 2 boys, the girl, and the victim, attended Woodsboro High School. The victim actually plays on the same football team as Garcia and Bolek. Texas Monthly report has a 1-minute video of the attack shot from a cell phone, which is the girl filming. The footage is said to show the victim trying to get away from his attackers. The victim says, "That's not funny. Stop. If you say their names, they're going to tase you," the girl warns. The noise from the taser can be heard, and she continues to get closer. Surrounding him, the girl instructs Garcia and Bolek, surround him. So how is she not arrested? Oh, this really pisses me off. How is she not arrested? chill, the black boy pleads, trying to dodge the boys dressed in white and handling the device. KKK, the unnamed girl proclaims before instructing one to get on this side of him. So she's all involved in this. She's instructing them and talking through the whole thing and helping them box in this black kid, but she wasn't charged. Oh. And saying to the other, get on that side, the girl starts to giggle loudly. The black teen is shocked. Once of the, by one of the hooded figures before the video ends. The victim's attorney, Matt Manning, said, I'm heartened insofar as this indictment is proof positive that at least the citizens of the grand jury in Refugio, this is in the county, saw that the evidence was indisputable, saw that what my client what happened to him did happen, and they are now going to bring to account at least two of those people who were involved in the crime. Yeah, but y'all need to do something about this girl that was there. It remains unclear if the 16-year-old girl has been or will be arrested, Manning states. Another white teen who was trying to intervene also appears at times in the video near the black boy. Manning, as reported by Crossroads Today, says the 6 other people also claim to have been harassed by the same group of teens. Okay. So, the superintendent comes out with the cookie cutter statement. Of course, oh, we're disappointed in this behavior and yada, yada, yada. And we are deeply disappointed that any of our students might find this type of behavior acceptable. The district cannot discipline students for this type of conduct when it occurs off campus. Well, they still go to your school. Okay. Look at all of the things that happen outside of a job where these people will get caught up in a Karen or Darren moment. They're not at their jobs when they do that, but they still get fired. Although this did not happen at the school, these teens were still interacting with each other, at least on the football team, because the black teen was on the football team with these guys. So it would be appropriate for the school to step in, because what's going to happen if these kids are not indicted? Then they get to come back to school and be around the same black teen they tortured and tased. No, it is up to you to step in and do something. All right. So since the indictment, the district has released another statement regardless of the advancement of any criminal case against Woodsboro ISD students. The district position remains unchanged. The alleged conduct was reprehensible. Woodsboro ISD remains committed to ensuring that activities like those alleged to have occurred on Halloween do not take place in our schools. And we are working on our campus and in our community to teach our students that racism and violence have no place in Woodsboro, Texas. I bet you if you did the research on Woodsboro, Texas, I bet you there's plenty of racism going on there. Manning has criticized the school for their off-campus position, calling them out for allowing 2 boys to participate in football games a week after the assault. In the press conference in November, Manning called the 2 students' actions heinous, inexcusable, and disgusting. For you to dress up as a Klansman, you have a specific intent of terrorizing, the attorney said. That's not an accident. That's not kids being kids. That's not boys being boys. That's not hazing or high school hijinks. High school, he said, they are egging on somebody's house, not dressing up as Klansmen and tasing them. Yeah. So, like I said, if they got arrested, why would you still let them play on a football team? And they got arrested over a black team that was on the same football team. Why would you let them participate in sports, whether it happened on campus or not? Oh, man. So they got a $10,000 bond. Mm-mm-mm. $10,000 bond. It really should have been higher than that. So all they're doing now is just waiting for the trial. Wow. Wow. When we see school shootings and we see incidents like this, who are their parents? Who are their parents? For real. You know, Forever, whenever black teens do something, the first thing out of the media's mouth in America is, where's the father? Where's the parents, right? No, this is what you should be doing when these mass shooters are out here or incidents like this are occurring. Who raised those people? Who raised these two boys to be this way? No matter what these folks say, racism starts in the household. In fact, it starts the moment they come out of the womb. They don't waste any time. That's why every now and then, you can see a video of a 2-year-old using the N word or doing something silly and then saying the black man did it. You know what I mean? They start young. They probably teaching it before they can even push out their first words. That's where it came from. No, family should always be whoever raised these two. And how the hell does somebody walk out of your house dressed as a Klansman or even had something like that at your house? The fact that you allowed a teenager, or it could have been one of the parents they got it from. But it's funny, after the incident, after they got finished tasing him, and the girl that was filming it was laughing, they burnt the outfits they had on. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jamie B, for your super sticker. Yeah, just watch. If you are sending your children to school, make sure you are always talking to them about the things that are happening up at the school. Really, you really have to be on top of it, especially if your children are leaving your house every day. 'Cause sometimes things are going on with your children, and for one reason or another, they feel like they can't talk to you. And they should be able to come to you and tell you anything about what's going on at their school. I remember incidents that occurred even when I was in school. I had a teacher that cussed us out. It was a white teacher. She got up in front of the class one day. These people really can't control their emotions. They are very, many of them are very high strung. And you can see that in Karen. Karen's, they all, if you notice, they all seem to be very high strung people. They love drama. They love kicking up a bunch of dirt over a bunch of nothing. They love going on and on and on about the most pettiest thing. And your kids need to know that side of these folks. So when it does occur, they are ready. They're ready for it. But yeah, I had a teacher that did that, and she did it more than once. She did it more than once, and I told my mother. And in fact, several of the parents went and complained about this teacher. And I noticed the next school year, she wasn't there anymore. She was not there. Mm-mm. They gave her the boot, or she went to another district. She probably did. But yeah, she did not come back the next school year or the year after that or after that. Didn't see her no more. Yeah, so I don't agree with the school not taking a position. They really should, especially if these kids are exposed to each other all the time. A similar thing happened when my brother was in school. There was a white kid at the same time. My brother probably was in the 11th grade when this happened. And he was walking home, and this white kid picked up a rock and threw it at my brother. My brother beat the brakes off of this dude. And his parents went up to the school the next day, talk about they gonna sue, they gonna sue. My parents went up at that school and cussed the principal and those two parents out. And they said, "You come on and sue us. Come on and sue us." And they never did. I don't know how they could have sued. Their son initiated the whole damn thing. But yeah, my brother beat the brakes off of that boy. He beat the hell out of him. So yes, these incidents, they've been going on forever. Mhm. I saw, hold on. I did see something here. Brother Sly said a white teacher threw a textbook at a student. I saw something similar to that. And we also had another incident where they had a wood shop, which I know a lot of schools have, one of those elective courses. And the wood shop teacher got into a full blown fist fight with one of the black students. And I remember that incident too. So yeah, I mean, these things have occurred forever. They didn't just start happening now. And I think things are more stepped up now. That's why I laugh at these folks when they talk about their kids are too sensitive for CRT. Your kids ain't sensitive over nothing. Get out of here. But they go to school every day living out CRT, but they can't be taught CRT. Give me a break. Biggest joke ever. But y'all, please tell me what you think and keep your kids safe for real. I mean, it's no joke out here, and it's no telling how far some of these demons will go, you know. And one distinctive thing, whenever you ever take notice to these incidents, they always try to corner a black student by themselves. That's what they do. They always try to do that. And that is why you must be teaching your children exactly how they did. They don't change how they do things. They do the same thing over and over and over. They don't change nothing. But just take notice in these stories. That's what they do. They'll try to single out your child and get them alone. And your kid does not have to allow that. They don't have to go nowhere or follow them anywhere. You don't have to do that. And they must be taught that you don't follow them, or when you detect something ain't right, go with your instinct and don't trust them. Thank you, Pam Cole, for the super sticker. One thing I know about them, when you don't trust them, they hate that. They hate when you don't trust them. They want you to believe their lies. They want you to believe anything they say to you. And when you don't, ooh, that pisses them off, because that is one person they can't control. Seriously, once you get to that point, they can't do anything to control you at that point. And they know it. They know it. That's why they'll prey upon a much weaker kind of person that they know they can fool and talk into anything. And that's the key to it. You got to get to that point. If you don't get to that point, then you're always going to fall prey. Thank you, Annette Humphrey, for the super sticker. But that's one thing I have noticed, in childhood and adulthood. They get irritated when you don't trust them. It really sends them over the edge. They get pissed. They get pissed at that mess, because I think they are taught that we just believe them, we just love them, we just trust them. And so when they come out in the real world and see that is not the case, I think that just rocks their world, for real. They don't know what to do about that because they're not taught that. It's just like when you see them go out in public and they are being racist, and the person they're being a racist to knocks them on their ass. Always look at the look on their face. They look like they are stunned that somebody did something to, oh my goodness, it's not supposed to be this way. No, you just didn't taught what to do. Nobody ever taught you what to do if somebody retaliated on you. You were never taught that. Miss Ashlyn, thank you. Can't trust a demon, especially a blue-eyed one. That's the truth. You know? So, yeah, I always take note. They are not taught what to do when things just fall apart on them. Y'all remember that old ugly kid that was talking about they were being bullied, and come to find out he was around them black children using the N-word. That's why they did him the way that he did. And all the most stupid ass celebrities were donating to this little racist boy. Y'all remember that, right? Yeah. Um, James T. Harden. Hold on. Let me read what you wrote. They love to hate us, but they love to let us go. They hate to let us go. Yeah, you're right. They do hate to let us go. Yeah. So, of course, when everything came out, all these dumbass celebrities had already made these donations to that little racist bum. And, you know, that's why I said, see, them kids came back at him, and he didn't know what to do but sit in his mommy's car and lie about being bullied. And he wasn't bullied at all. He was the one doing the bullying. But them little black kids just didn't take that crap off of him. That's what he was crying over. See, mom and dad teach you to be a racist, but they don't teach you what to do when you get retaliated on. They don't teach that part. Yeah, you're right, GT. Oh, especially the women. Oh, when you ignore them, they damn near go into a complete meltdown. Oh, they can't handle that, for real. I think if black men and women did that more often, they would change. They would come up with another strategy to get you to pay attention to them. It would actually be kind of entertaining watching them do that. I would be entertained. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it is funny, but hey, uh always remember this is their world. So if anything goes wrong in it, there's no one else to blame but them. Plain and simple. X Venom's madness. Keep your power tools close. to put in work. I hear you. Thank you for your super chat. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you for being here and watch over our young Hebrew men and women because they really need you as parents, especially through these tough times. And you, as you can see, even when a pandemic is going on and their whole world is falling apart all around them, they still gonna use racism to, I guess, to empower themselves. Yeah, whatever. Shalom, family.